Danny Andrew here. I've been thinking a lot about the Me Too movement and how it can take on its own way and maybe in some ways some people have taken it maybe a little bit too far. And I've said this before. I have been faced with some situations lately where I've had to stand up for myself and say, you're not going to treat me like this. You're not going to run me over. And I've had to stand up for myself, basically. And in one situation where someone really posted some things on my Facebook page that are not my belief system, and I had to unfriend some people because of it. And I think it's important that we really think about who we are and how we come across as people. And it's not okay to take our beliefs and just plaster them all over someone else's Facebook or their lives. Is really not okay. It's not. So I had to deal with that situation, and I basically had to unfriend some people over it. It's not okay to try to push your beliefs over on, or my beliefs over on someone else. I have to understand that, or we have to understand that other people have their right to their beliefs. And so I had to deal with that situation. I've had a situation at school where, because I'm taking classes, I am a psychology major at Central New Mexico University, where my beliefs and myself as a person was not being respected either. And I had to stand up for myself. And it's really important, especially when we are former victims. And I don't like the word victim because it has a connotation of being put down and being kept in that place of victimhood. And that's not where we want to be. As a former victim of trauma, I was very, very young when that happened. I don't want to be in that place anymore. I don't want to be in that place where I was afraid to speak up, afraid to speak my mind and stand up for who I am. And I'm not there anymore. I'm not that person anymore. And that's what we want to strive for, is to be that person where we can stand up and say, look, I respect who you are, and I respect your right to have your opinion, but so do I. I have a right to my opinion, and I have a right to who I am, and I'm not going to allow you to put me in that position anymore. And it's taken a long time to get to that point. I've spent a lot of time on the other side of the couch from a therapist to get to that point where I know who I am, I know what I believe, and I'm going to stand up for me. I'm not going to try to push who I am and what I believe on people unsuspecting, post this long, plastering what I believe on someone else's timeline that isn't appropriate. And that happened to me today. And I was very frustrated. I didn't even read the whole thing because I got about halfway through it and was like, no, we're not going to do that. That's not my point of this post. My post is, I'm not a victim anymore. And we need to get to that point that we are former victims. We are not victims anymore. That's the point, is to become former victims, to stand up for what we believe in. And standing up doesn't mean plastering my beliefs or your beliefs all over someone else's space. That's called being a bully. And being a bully is not standing up for who you are. That's being a bully. Being a former victim is recognize who you are, recognize and appreciate yourself for who you are, understanding who you are, loving yourself for who you are, giving yourself the space to be who you are, and just having that peace of who you are and forgiving yourself for the past of anything that you might have done, but not plastering your beliefs all over someone else's space. That's being a bully. No. I am a former victim. I'm not a victim anymore. And I'm not a bully either. So, know who you are. Understand who you are. Don't be a victim anymore. But don't be a bully either, because that's not who we are. And that's so important to believe and understand. So know who you are. Love who you are. Be a person. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are as a person. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Namaste. I recognize who you are. I respect who you are. And I'm not going to be a bully by plastering what I believe all over your space. I'm just going to be who I am, which isn't a victim. I'm not a victim. So happy to be here. Letting the people that are going to be a bullying, we're just going to let them be and let them take them out of my life and let them be who they are and let them have a fabulous day too. So glad you are, because I am. Have a great day.